Okay, so once again, welcome back everybody in my channel today, and we are on the day number 14 of SIR. Almost I can say that we are closing side of this course now. 80% syllabus has been done and rest 20% has been pending now. So we were on the slide number 35. Yes, right? It's 33. So in the last one, in the day number 13, we discussed about the risk calculator, risk score, priority, groups, and script demo, all the things we have done that part. Now we are going to be discuss a next topic that is called the post incident review. If you see this thing, if you remember this part, let me show you this review. It says the security incident is complete and all the system are back to normal function. However, a post incident review is still pending. This is what the purpose of this. So now introduce the two terms here. One is called the prepare and one is called the review. Review means I am doing the post incident analysis. That lesson learned. So if I come here, so there are two things. One is prepare, second is review. Prepare, or I can say let's do this one. 1 and 2. This 1 and 2. Sorry. Review is the analysis. But the question comes how to analyze it. Is there any way, is there any tool, is there any mechanism, is there any questionnaire, something is there to do that part. And prepare is list of action. Priority. Drivers. That what need to be changed now, what action need to be do. It's education issue, it's a training issue, it's a loopholes, it's a vulnerability, it's a threat where I have to be take this action to fix this particular part, including the preventive part as well. So that next time it should not be happen. We should prevent it from others part. And these things need to be done in this particular area. Now, what we can improve. Either we can improve or update our process. Number one, either we can do update our products. Either we do our people. Remember, these 3 or 4 are the main culprits in the beginning. If I show you this one, where it's gone, this one. So we have people, we have process, we have product. Now, with the help of the PIR, post incident review, we are going to be cover this up. So we will see that what need to be updated, what need to be correct, and where need to be correct. This is the part of the PIR. These two terms, review and prepare, are important from the examination perspective. So don't forget the meanings and the definition is must to understand on that particular part. Now the question come again. I'll bring 5W and 1H. When we say that we have to analyze, we have to do the PIR. We need to be because see, let's say something at some place, there's some robbery happen or someone stepped someone. After that, a complete investigation has been done. To whom we need to be reach out? Who will provide this information? What question I need to be asked to the other person? Where he will go and provide with the information? It's like in the privacy or what? When I have to be do this PIR? Immediately after closing, or we are almost at the remediation part where? And why we have to do this PIR? And how I can get this information? Practically, if I say that in this PIR, we launch the service. And the question is come that who will fill this survey? Shall I send this survey to everybody in the company? Shall I send a survey to only to the limited people in the company? So all these things we need to be discussed here. So the first part says who will fill the survey. Before that, let's understand that how this process has been set up. So I can go here and I'll open the setup. Under setup assistant, let's open this thing. And here we have to be define the rules. This is the important point to be remembered this answer. So based on the requirement of a business, a review of origin and handling of security incident is often needed. The post-incident review functionality provide tools for automation, for tracking, for auditing, and the simplifying the process. This is the functionality which provide many tools for automation, tracking, auditing, and simplifying. And also this include dynamic post-incident questionnaire. It is not like for denial of service or the phishing, I have a same survey. No, I have a multiple surveys for the multiple type of incidents. A post-incident report, including the audit trail, if one was created. We have to be put everything, including the audit trails, in the report. And draft of knowledge base article from an incident. And we must generate the knowledge articles for this. This particular screen has a one question for the examination. So these three things are very much important to be understand that part. Now the first question comes when we say that dynamic post-incident questionnaire. It means there must be some questionnaire set which we can use to generate this, right? And when this will be open, when my state is the review, it means when I move the incident, let me open the incident. This is another benefit of getting fail in the exam, that you a lot of things after failing the exam, but it should not be a practice. That is what I want to be say here. Okay, so let me say my incident in the resolve state. Sorry, this one group by state. Now we can do group by state. And I'm here, review state. At this particular state, I have to do the PIR, post incident review need to be done. A survey need to be sent out to the respective users, which I can create on the runtime as well, which I can pick up from the incident itself. I'm not saying that we have some any option here to be run this PIR. No, we may create a PIR task. Do we have any task type here? Like we have? No, we don't have any task type here. Any skill? What skill we have? Let's see. Leave it, no problem. Leave it. So I'll go back. Okay, so when I reach on this particular part, let's see, do we have anything else on the this? No, nothing is there. So you can, oh wow, that's nice. You can see the severity calculate severity that we see on the calculator groups. This is what is a UI action also build up here. Okay, so now let me come here on that particular part, related record, and this is the post incident review. This tab will be get added when I move my incident, security incident from to the, sorry, from I'm saying to the review state from the recover state. And these two are added manually or can be edited via automation as well. We can do that part. Okay, this is the first part. And here is the link to take the survey. This is what the survey, and it has a few sections: detect, analysis, containment and eradication, post incident activity. So this we can generate for the different type of incidents. And once you submit this, let's say yes, 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 no, non-mandatory, then containment and eradication. These are not mandatory, I'm sure. Coming on this, yes, and PIR. Did we schedule lesson learned? Yes. You can put the date as well. Let's say for tomorrow. Okay. Is this occurrence of the prior incident? No. If you say yes, it must ask the question. Okay, no, good. And then what were the monetary damages from the incident? Low, medium, I said very high. And you can put the put. See, I'm putting amount. Submit. When I submit it, survey has been completed. And now I can generate the report. So by default, it's like this is the template. You want to configure or preview, you can see it. Another question from this particular thing will come, that what included in the PIR report, the published report. So this is what I can see. I said all this field must be there: minimum value, maximum value, child incident, task, and download it. Click on this and see. So this is what the report is getting generated. Complete audit trail is there. And this is what response task, and this is my PIR survey. Okay. And you can see all the observable findings, everything will be there, which is be associated. All the information will come here. Now, this is the practical part. Okay. What we have to do for this thing means how the steps says. So let me come back here. To generate a PIR, what we need? First, we have to create the assessment metric category. One. Then we have to create the assessment metric questions. And last, we have to define the reviewer if required. These steps need to be done to generate or to reach on the PIR part. Okay, and important point is that what I was saying. Once okay, this is what my understanding says after this part. Once a user has been added here and he or she start filling this particular thing, it cannot be refilled, or I guess the user cannot be removed. Okay, let me verify from my notes. 1 minute. Yes. Yeah. So the same thing that what I told, that if a user started filling this assessment, then we cannot remove the name of the user from this. This is an important point here to be remembered. Okay. And in the background, because this is a technical part which I write down, in the background, there is a script include work in the review state that's name is security review generator. With the help of that, we get these assignees that who is going to fill this. This is what it do. Okay. We can define the request assessments on the basis of the category as well. As I say that if it is a, where is the category gone? This one, policy version, then this person should fill. If this is a phishing, this person should fill. Okay. But for that, we have to be definitely define the category. Let's see, do we have something called assessment metric here? This one, post incident review, and open this. Yes, so you can see assessment configuration means we can configure it. What we need to be configure it? We can define the conditions here. Generate assessment is by default true because we're in this part, so we're going to get a new button here. Define the criteria for which you would like to generate the post incident review assessment. Means you want for every category or you want for the specific only. If I click on here, am I not getting a new button here? Save only, not this thing. Okay, these are the trigger condition, but why I'm not? What role I needed to this part? Is not admin or what? I have to be check that maybe we need a specific role to do this particular part. Okay. Then let me go back. So this is the first part. Then for the second part. So this is the first thing which I said. Metric category. This is what the metric category. Second is the questionnaire configure. Maybe I have to check that what role is required to do this particular part. So you can see for detection and analysis, I have these many questions. Now we can link this question with our category. That okay, for this category, I want this to be done. Do you have something here? It's a post incident review, and filter is all these states. So this is what we can do. Now at the last, we have the what is the last configuration is, let me go back. Sorry. Oops, this one. User assignment configuration. Sorry, user assignment rule, that which user need to fill this particular part. And here I can click new. And I can say this, and I can put the user of this or the incident category, this kind of things. I can put that part assigned to user, to whom you want to be assigned, specific one. So these things we can do under this particular part here. But one thing which is important from the exam perspective is that the script include name, that is security incident review generator is the one that script include work, which is important to do this part. Okay. Rest we can create the rules with the setup assistant. That is a very good option given by the ServiceNow, which you can bring on that particular part. And last, you can say that okay, what information I need on that template, which we see here. Where it's gone, security incident. Maybe I close it. Yep, I close that part. That one, sorry, not here. This one. So if you want to see, you can see the preview here itself. So here you can go and define that what need to be fill up. If you want to child task, max width, all the things you can do and put the save configuration as well. This is what the step need to be do on that particular part. But point is that what this report includes. Number one, this report includes the initial incident that caused the security incident, maybe the parent one. And related change request problem should be change problem or incident should be added. Description of the security incident must be there and the activity logs must be there so that a completely analysis can be done on that particular part. And once this has been done, then we can prepare the plan for we can go for the preparation part, that is setting up the list of action, priorities, drivers, and any preventive action will be there or not. This is a small one on this particular part. Now let's move forward. I'm not going to stop this now because we're almost on the closing part of this particular stuff. Let me go back to my my slides here. This one. Okay. So now what we have done a lot. A lot of things we have done here is calculator, priority, calculator groups, and the post incident review. Now we are moving almost on the end of this particular series. Okay, in this particular part, we are going to be discuss three major areas. Number one, how to automate, because we said in the beginning that with the help of the SIR, we can automate as well. We can do the automation as well. And we all know that, and this is the toughest part, toughest topic I can say, confusing, but scoring as well. Okay, because we say that I'm using ServiceNow, we have a workflow. So what we can do, we can automate the things. But the thing is that why the incident or this automation is required? Number one, in the real time, we have a lot of issues which can be done or which can be followed or which can be resolved or remediated with the help of the automation to quickly prioritize the incidents and accelerate the security response and the IT collaboration. This is the three main reasons that we need this automation part. And ServiceNow provides us the automation capability that is not only for SIR, but we know that we have workflows, we have orchestration, we have a scheduled jobs, we have the business tool, we have a scripts, we have a flow, we have an integration hub. We have these many parameters that can be used for the automation. And I'm sure that if you're a complete techie guy or you're a complete technical guy, you understand things quickly in a minute. I have no need to do this part. But the question arises, why we need the automation? That is the biggest problem. Why we need an automation here? So let me show you some example. This one, yes. Even though I make it a little colorful, but the thing is that as we know that survey 287 days it take, average 287 days it take minimum to do this part. So there are few things which can automate and we can reduce the response time, resolution time in a quick manner. Number one, we can integrate the third-party tools. One. Then we can automate this one, documentation. We can put the triage as well if we want. We can do the triage as well. On the basis of category or the options, we can do that part so that it can help me to prioritize as well. This is what the prioritization, right? And once the prioritization done, then earlier it was the manual enrichment. Now we have automation and enrichment, data enrichment. So this thing can be taken care easily on that particular part. But working on the incident SLA is still manual. You cannot move it forward like this. Okay, and then when the incident gets resolved and post-incident review is again automatic. Instead of sending the email and get the responses on the survey, better we can do this thing in a quick manner on that particular part. Okay, but what it says, the automation will help us to track the task outside as well, to work on the report workflow, and it will increase the team efficiency and definitely it will increase the reports response initiatives as well. Okay, this is what the important point for the automation perspective. I'm still coming on that part, don't worry. Okay, this is what the process of the automation. Okay, and also the automation provide a more visibility and provide a better health and provide a chance for the optimization as well. Remember in the CIS-SIR dashboard, we say health, sorry, not CIS-SIR dashboard, but for the CIS-SIR as a target audience for the report. I guess in the day number 7 or 8. They want to know the health, and this is what the automation can help us on that particular part. And work on the security is everybody's responsibility. It's not only the security team, but everybody's responsibility on that particular part. Okay. Now, what value it bring? Number one, we are integrating or collaborating tool and the intelligence together. Number two, we are opening a lot of ways to communicate. And number three, we are eliminating few areas which are error prone, where decision need to be tough or not decision tough, but error prone or the manual works are required. So we are overriding or we are removing those stuff and bringing the things together on this particular part. Now, before I move, and I told you that in one of the session as well, that we have a workflows and the flows for this particular part. This is what I'm coming on this area. Let's come here and open the flow designer. Sorry, workflow designer, because they're still in the workflow only. Workflows, not this one, right? Okay, and here I can see all the workflow which are support as a playbook in the security incident. There are two terms I'm introducing now. One is a playbook and one is a runbook. Let's understand the meaning of the playbook and runbook. I always got confused with the playbook and the runbook. Book versus runbook. Playbook documents process for a specific task, while runbook documents overarching strategic process of your team. I don't understand actually. Let's see this thing. Playbook focus on a broad strategy process, can include info like company goal and the org chart, and may involve multiple teams. Runbooks focus on a single process, prioritize step by step, and typically carried out by the team member. Okay, it means I can say that playbook are the one thing which is on the high level. Step, 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 and under the playbook, we have something called the related documents or runbook documents as well. This is what meaning I understand. If I'm wrong, please I'm happy if you put that particular in the comment section as well. So let's say I have a lost equipment. So let's search with the security URITY incident. So these are the approximately 15 or 20 workflows given by ServiceNow. They call it as a playbook templates given by ServiceNow for a specific cases like unauthorized access template. If I raise a security incident, let's see, come here, where the access is unauthorized, then this workflow will get attached. Let me close this windows, confusing one. This workflow will get attached and it will create task. Let's give a try. I never tried it, but let's give a try. Oh, it's in the still review state, my God. Show all related list. User response task. Acknowledge and interact with the email. It's old one. Maybe if we create a new incident, then we can check on that particular part. This is what is the playbook. Intention to tell this thing because when we're talking about the, okay, one more thing. Oh, okay, I'll come on that part. Intention to tell is that when we are using the security incident, using the incident in the different category, we have a different playbooks available here. Like for the get network static, get iOS, web deficient, spam, policy violation. So let's say policy violation was there, right? Earlier it was policy violation. Create task, classify, create task this, create card this, and then HR process and thus this thing. These are the playbooks which are available. And intention is that if I go here, let me come to my slide number. Not here, go to maturity 1. So you can see when we reach on the maturity level 3, the playbook for the critical incident scenario must be there. If I click on this accelerate response, improve this, integrate with the new tools, control process advance, manual effort reduce. Do I have something here? Automated remediation 1. And for the automation remediation, we have to do the playbooks as well. This is what the intention of the playbook to be introduced here. Let me come here on this. Yes. Here. So now these are the playbooks which are created by the ServiceNow out of the box or given by ServiceNow out of the box. If you want, you can change it. And also this playbook help us to get the confidence from the customer. This playbook help us a quality and a consistent way to close or to resolve or to remediate the same issue. Okay. And this help us to automate the task for the accelerate the responses. Now I'm not going in the much deep of this thing. What is flow, what is subflow, and what is action? But yes, a few questions one or two questions can come from this part as well, that what is flow, what is subflow, and what is action in the service now. This is the same thing which we know that it can be taken care. And if you want, we can design the custom playbooks as well. How it can be done with the help of the flow designer. But remember, I am in the global scope, so don't do this mistake. If you want to create this, you have to be created into the scoped application. Only then it will be work for us. Very, very simple and very beautiful question has been asked to me. Let me show you. Let me open this. So how this type of what questions come basically, what this pane has been called, what this area has been called. When we click on the execute, what that bar has been, or what that box has been called. So this is nothing. This is the playbook area. So you can create your own playbook. Definitely, if I want to create my own playbook, if I click on the create flow, and I can put CIS-SIR, and I can submit. Skip tour, trigger, create, and I can put table SN_SI_incident. I can put the trigger here, and then I can create as much as the flow I want to be created. The only thing is that it has been put the fancy word called the playbook, but there's nothing new on this particular. It's a completely low code. Everybody know that flow designers are the completely low code things. Flow designer has a trigger that we know. Flow design, and to work on the trigger, different roles are required. This is what the basic information has been given in this particular chapter in the ebook. So I'm not going to repeat that part because that is a basic one. What roles are required for the triggers? Who can work on this particular part? Who can schedule this? And all the things can be put up in that particular part. But what is the architecture of this particular thing? Playbook. This is the architecture, flow designer architecture. Process flow trigger, then process event in the queue, build the process plan, run the process, and store the flow execution details. This is what the one of the question has been asked, that what is this execution pane called, complete name. So it was store flow execution details. It has been called. Also, The workflows we are getting, or the flows we are getting, are the read-only flows. One thing. If you want, you can make it as an active and you can use it. Or if you want to make a change, you can change it. In this part, I'll not say much, but again, the few things which is required: type of flows, rules are required to run a flow, how can schedule the flow, what are the trigger points in the flow, what is the minimum requirement for the flow, action and the trigger is the minimum requirement. So all these questions are the smaller one which has been asked on that particular part, Okay, so let's say if I go here on the flow and let me search the name SECURIT. So like the security incident, this one. Because as I say that these are the read only. So these are the inactive. Oh, it's inactive. You can activate it. Otherwise, you will see there are a box available which called as a, you can see the read only. These are the read only part. And you can see the diagrammatic view here. And this is what one thing has been published or the bring by the ServiceNow in the Vancouver release, that if you want to download this complete flow, instead of taking the screenshots, you can click on this. And the complete flow has been downloaded in a format here. I like this functionality in the Vancouver, really speaking. Okay, so this is what has been told or the given here. Then when we execute this, we have execution detail like this one, execution. So this is execution detail. This is one of the questions has been asked to me, which I was not much aware. As I told that this part is called the data pill or the data stuff. Remember these terms because these are the important one. So you will not believe that, come on, these were the small question, even though those are not related with the SIR, but still was the part of this SIR, and we got confused because I know that we working on this part, on this stuff regular basis, but we don't remember the exact name for this, and it create a problem for us on that particular part. So now let's take a break on the day number, I guess 14, and we'll come back again on the day number 15 again. Thank you so much. Bye bye.